everybody, welcome back. Jiu-Jitsu 2000 here today. I'm back with an interesting video for you today. I'm out in the woods, I got my dogs, I'm playing around, and I got a good idea for a video today. I cut my pinky. I got a little cut here, nothing too crazy, but the cut brought up a good idea for a video. I had some cut and it was bleeding, and I took care of it, and I thought, man, I wonder if people really know how to take care of bleeding like that in the field. So I thought that I would do this video just to share with you what I did and how I address bleeding on a cut. Now obviously I got the blood already stopped, I already took care of it, but for the sake of the video I'm going to go ahead and repeat the process. I'm going to show you what I do, and a simple, easy bushcraft type first aid that you can use in the field. So first thing I did was, let me set this tripod up, bear with me. First thing I did was I found an old rag that I had in the car. Yes, I know it's not clean, but it's cleaner than nothing. So I just took my finger in this little rag, I just cleaned it out and got the wound clean. If you have any kind of water or anything like that, you can put water in there and wash it. And at the time, I don't know how I cut my finger. I don't know if it was on my knife or what, I don't know. But what I'm trying to say is, when the cut first happened, I was bleeding a lot, and I wanted to stop the bleeding. So the first thing I did was I put a little bit of pressure on my finger, just like this. You can see that the blood's coming out. And I was looking for a tree so that I could find some pine sap. So right here, look at that. I went 2 or 3 steps, and we've already found some sap. Now this sap, you can see, is hard to the touch. We don't want something hard like that because it's going to be difficult to get. See, that's more like, you know, I mean, in a pinch that would work, but we're looking for something a little fresher. Not something like this either that's been sitting there a long time. That's already had a chance to harden. So we want a tree that has somewhat of a fresh wound where we can get some sap to use as a first aid for our blood. If you have trees around you, but you can't find anything in the immediate area that has some fresh sap, you can always take your knife to the tree and give it a small wound and wait a few minutes, and that sap will come out. Because what sap is to a tree, it's basically the blood of the tree. Now, I'm not saying that in a first aid situation that you would want to go walking all over the forest, because if you're bleeding bad, you want to stay put. You don't want to raise your heart rate up, because if you raise your heart rate up, it's going to bleed more. So you want to try to stay put. I'm looking here. There's some sap there, but that's hardened. Can't use that. If you have a fire handy, you can gather some of that stuff up and heat it up over a fire, and it'll melt it back down. It'll render it back down into a liquid, and then you could use that paste. Look at this one. Let's see. The woodpeckers, they usually peck holes in the sides of the trees, and sometimes you'll get lucky and you'll find some sap seeping out, and it'll be natural, clean, and it'll still be in a liquid form. I don't see none on this one. See all this stuff right here? This is the gold. This is what we want. So we'll pick that little piece off right there. So again, here's my wound. So I want that sap. I'm just going to pack that stuff right in there. See that very tip right there? It looks like a liquid. That's the portion that I want to put in the wound. Just like that. I'm just packing that stuff in there. Just like that. See that? Packing that sap in the wound. It's very sticky. And that's the idea. We want to try to stop that blood. And then once you get the sap on your finger, you can come down, dig into the dirt a little bit. And you just kind of roll it in the dirt. And then you're going to, as you roll it, you're packing it. You're packing it in the hole. Again, take your finger, just kind of roll it in the dirt, just like this. And what that is, that's a primitive band-aid. Now, you got sap on your thumb and your other fingers. Just take some saliva, just like this. clean your hands with it. It'll get rid of that sap real quick. I know it sounds gross, folks, but it's field first aid, okay? If you don't have a rag, I'm sure you're wearing some clothes, t-shirt or something, pants, whatever you got, socks, something. Use the cleanest stuff that you have available, and that right there will get you took care of until you can get, you know, some better treatment to it. You don't have to worry about infection or anything like that, because pine sap is a sterile liquid. I mean, it's very, very clean. It comes from the inside of the tree. Very sticky. When you get done, you know, you want to try to stay out of wet environments with this, because if you go swimming or something like that, it's just going to wash right off. So you want to let that dry. If you have any athletic tape or anything to put over that, that'd work good too, or paper towel or something. That's a primitive band-aid, folks. So folks, I want to say thank you for watching the video today on how to do a in the field primitive band-aid. I hope you got some good useful information out of the video. Please feel free to thumbs up, like, share, leave comments down below. And if you like the content on my channel, please subscribe. I'd love to have you. And until next time, have a beautiful day. Now get out there. Hopefully you don't cut yourself, but if you do, don't forget about that pine sap. It works really well, folks. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye now.